So I don't know who's going to be watching this, but I wanted to show you guys like how I'm going to measure the solar zenith today. And look, here it is happening. Okay, now that might just look like a little dot of light on the ground, which is kind of like a dot of light on the ground, right? This is a tripod which I've set up, and what I did was I made sure that this tube here is exactly vertical, 90 degrees. So the only way that the sun can shine through this tiny hole in the top of it onto the ground is if it's exactly directly overhead. Now, this will happen twice a year here in Guatemala, and it happens usually around about the 30th of April and the 13th of August. And here you are. There is the sun shining through this tiny tube, tiny holes. I don't know what the calculation of the diameter of the hole to how kind of like accurate it is. I was looking up that the solar noon here is actually 12:09 p.m. because of course we're a little bit west of the dateline, or whatever it is, or wherever the midpoint of this zone is. But as you can see, this this light is kind of like getting stronger right in the middle here. Okay, that can only happen when the sun is literally at 90 degrees east-west, 90 degrees north-south, and that is the solar zenith. So I thought that that might be an interesting thing to show you, because of course kind of like we know that in the Maya sites we find a lot of zenith tubes and that kind of thing, and that the zenith was a really important thing to them. It's a thing that we can only observe in the tropics, and unless you're on the equator or the actual line of the tropic, it will happen twice a year. If you're on on the equator, it will happen on the equinoxes. On the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, it will happen either on the summer or winter solstice, as we would call them in the northern hemisphere. But yeah, so anyway, I thought I'd share that, and that's the way that I decided to measure it, or to show it, is to use a vertical tube to show the exact point of the solar zenith. So happy solar zenith. Some people might see this as a new year point as well, and if you've got corn to grow, then if you're in Guatemala, today's the last day to get it into the ground before it will not ripen properly. So there you go, that's my zenith video. Hope you enjoyed it.